Can Southampton fulfil FA Cup dreams and go all the way? Welcome back to Where the Saints Talk with myself, Luke, and today we've got Nick, Joe, Alex and Elliot talking all things Southampton, including this week's A to Z and tweet of the week. Elliot, another win in the FA Cup, knocking out a Premier League opposition as well.
I know, that's 10 unbeaten now in all competitions. And if you look at the stats, it would suggest that Fulham absolutely dominated us and it was like a smash and grab win. But I think if you watch the highlights or you watch the full game, it was anything but. We held them at arm's length for most of the game. I think it's one of the most complete defensive performances I've ever seen from a Southampton side. And of course, you know, thanks to our brilliant build-up play, we get a pen in the 90th minute, absolutely deserved, Stonewall. And Ross Stewart buries it, you know, into the quarterfinals. So, very, very happy weekend for all of us, I think.
Definitely. If you just went on BBC, Nick, and you looked at the stats, it would probably suggest that Fulham were the better team. But I think there's an argument to say Saints were definitely the better team, especially in the second half.
I didn't see it though. I didn't see Fulham being clearly the better team. I think if anything, it was evenly matched. I don't think Fulham players or fans can have too many complaints that they came out without the result. I think they made also 9 changes from their team in their last Premier League game. So, you know, you make 9 changes against a championship side. Championship sides are pretty good, and on a good day you'll get punished. So I think that's exactly what happened. Saints could have had 3 or 4. Cienza missed a sitter and then another chance. Did not expect that from him. And, you know, I Fulham had some chances, but I really think Southampton had the better of the chances in the game.
Yeah, definitely. I think Fulham had something like 24 shots, but Southampton definitely had better chances than Fulham. And who but Ross Stewart, Joe? You're a big fan of the giant man himself, and he tucks away that penalty and sends Saints to the next round.
Yeah, I mean, if only he can keep himself fit, which I think if we can manage his minutes like we have been doing, then I can't see that he would be our starting striker for till the end of the season. Yeah, it's really good that he's amongst the goals again. Like, that just does the world of good for his confidence as a striker. And yeah, if we can keep him fit, and I mean, his contract's running out in the summer, so it would be good to maybe tie him down, but see how it goes after that, really. But yeah, superb win.
Yeah, superb win. It's so important, Alex, isn't it? In a game like that's so tight, is to keep a clean sheet. Keep a clean sheet. I know it's pretty, you know, simple when you say it out loud, but you keep a clean sheet. All you need is 1 goal to win the game, and I think that game really showed it, didn't it? That as long as you keep a clean sheet, Southampton could nick one and go to the next round.
Yeah, I thought all of the game we were much more, as a whole unit, much more organised. I think when Fulham came forward, they committed quite a few numbers. So when we won the ball back, it was often kind of man to man, and I'd back Cienza against I can't remember who was at right back for them. Azaz might have been, yeah. Their players are kind of back in a foot race much more. So yeah, I thought it was a performance where we deserved to win, and I guess Marco Silva wasn't very happy at full time, but he got the full Tonda Eka experience.
The full Tonda Eka experience. I like that. Right, I mean, now's the question, and Elliot, who do you want in the next round, mate?
Well, I mean, my head's telling me Port Vale at home. But my heart's telling me we can do Liverpool away because we get them every time. And we can perform the upset of the season, because let's be honest, Liverpool haven't been that good this season, have they? Who knows? We could pull off. We pulled off an upset today. Why not pull off another? But no, I think a nice, comfortable one just to get us that one step closer to Wembley, like a Port Vale, or I'm not sure what the Leeds Norwich score is. It was 2-0 to Leeds last time I checked.
3-0 to Leeds.
Oh, blood. I thought that was a championship fixture when I first looked at it. It's still not sunk in that Leeds are Premier League. But no, it's just something reasonably comfortable just to get us that one step closer to Wembley. That would be nice.
Definitely. Leeds catching strays there by Elliot. Nick, what about yourself? I know. In the FA Cup, I know Elliot's saying that Port Vale would be more of an easier tie, but would it? I mean, the FA Cup, it pulls up some shocks. Would you like to be on the back pages of losing to Port Vale, or what would you fancy? Do you fancy a Liverpool? Do you fancy a Chelsea?
Well, last week I think I said there's no way Saints are winning the FA Cup. Now you were one step closer, and now it's becoming a little more real. Like when do I start believing? Do I start believing if we're in the semifinals? Do I start believing in the final? I'm not sure. No, I mean I'd take Liverpool away. Bring it on. We've gotten them 2 years in a row, 3 years in a row. Might as well make it one more. Let's see what that 200 million that they spent in the transfer window is made of.
Definitely. I like that a lot. Right. Well, my other big question I wanted to ask, and I'm going to get around all of you for this one because it'll be interesting to see your answers. I'm going to give you a little bit of an ultimatum here, Joe. So we're going to have a return to the Premier League or an FA Cup winners medal. Which one would you take for this season?
You know what? Because we've already had the Premier League return and it was an utter shambles. I'm going to go for the FA Cup medal. Sod it. We've done the Premier League, tested it, didn't really like it. Championship's better, and an FA Cup medal. Sod it.
Championship's definitely more entertaining. That's for sure. Alex, what about you? Are you? I'm sure you'd love to get hands on some silverware.
Yeah, it's 50 years on from our last FA Cup win, and we were a second division side when we did it. So why not do that again? I think you can get promoted to the Premier League every year, but yeah, you don't often get a chance at winning the FA Cup. So yeah, I want to see us win a major trophy in my lifetime. So yeah, let's do it now.
Yeah, that's two. That's two for the FA Cup. Elliot, are you going to buck the trend here, or are you going with a nice shiny trophy?
Just want to say, Alex, if you've forgotten about the Johnston's Paint Trophy.
I was 2 years old.
Oh, fair enough. I'll let you off. No, I think I've got to jump on the bandwagon. It's got to be FA Cup because, to be honest, I don't think the Premier League is by some is considered the best league in the world. But I'd take a bit of silverware over that any day of the week because, VAR. Referees, big six. I just think that or silverware. Plus, if we win the FA Cup, we get Europe, so we could do a Wigan, be in the second division and have a European campaign. That would be amazing. So, yeah, FA Cup for me.
That would be brilliant, wouldn't it? That would be brilliant. Yeah. Oxford United 1 week and Barcelona the next. It'd be crazy. Nick, you're the last question.
FA Cup. Yeah, FA Cup, 100%. Silverware over that shambolic league they call the Premier League. And can you imagine Lamine Yamal coming to St. Mary's? Like it would be incredible. Yeah, give me the FA Cup.
Manning would have him in his pocket, no worries.
Absolutely.
Right, well, we obviously just spoke about how entertaining the Championship is, and we've got 2 games to talk about this week coming up, and it's West Brom away, Joe. They're having a tough time. I think they, if I'm right in saying, I think they got a point at the weekend, so they're scraping on. They're trying to keep hold of the place of the Championship. What are you expecting from the game, and what's your score predictions?
I think it should be quite a simple, straightforward game. Now, come and watch that bite me back on the arse in the middle of the week when they beat us 3-0. But I'm going to go for a comfortable 3-1 win. Okay. Southampton.
Like it. Alex, same question for you, please, mate. Are you looking forward to a trip to the Baggies?
Yeah, well, they've had a pretty rubbish season. I mean, Eric Ramsey, I think he might be one of the worst appointments in the history of football. A 0% win rate is, even Sport Republic couldn't really dream of that. Yeah, obviously they're going to be a bit more solid, I suppose. Now they've got, I think it's one of their academy coaches as their manager now. So I expect they'll have to be up for it. It won't be a simple game, I don't think. But I'd still expect us to win it. So I'd go 2-1 to us.
Yeah. I was expecting one of the Uber Eats managers to go to West Brom, but I guess I guess Big Sam and Co didn't want to go there. Right then, after the trip to the Baggies, there's a little bit of a harder journey to Coventry. Elliot, they're back on form, aren't they? They look like they're going to win the league. What were you expecting from the game? And do you think Saints can nick a point or possibly all three?
Well, yeah, I think if you'd asked me 3 weeks ago when they were having that sort of wobble, I might have had a more confident answer. But they've recently bounced back. I think they've got 3 wins in a row. And Middlesbrough, the second team, have had a bit of a wobble themselves. So, yeah, they're probably going to run away with it. But when we played them at home, I thought we were probably the better team. And we just couldn't find the back of the net after they got after they were down to 10 men. So I'd take a draw, honestly, away to the league leaders. I'd take a draw. Get out with our dignity intact. As long as we don't do anything stupid, I think we can get a result there.
Yeah, I think a draw would be a very respectable result, wouldn't it, Nick? What's your thoughts and what's your score predictions, mate?
Yeah, I'd take a draw, but I think Canadian international Kyle Larin is going to see USA international Haji Wright on the other side and think, you know what, tariff this, score a hat trick, and we'll go home with a 3-1 victory, and Frank Lampard will be sad.
Oh, that's one hell of a shout, that, Nick. Yeah, that'll be a good shout if that happens. Brilliant. Right, moving on to a tweet of the week. And Joe, not tweet of the week, sorry, the A to Z. It's because it's the letter T. So we will get on to this week, but we're on to the letter T. So Joe, please take it away. What is your letter T for the A to Z?
So my letter T for the A to Z is Theo Walcott. He came through our academy, probably one of the brightest sparks to come through our academy. Kind of left in unceremoniously terms, but then came back and I would like to say helped us, but it was a year that we got relegated and he didn't really feature much. But it was another one that kind of came back and wanted to finish his career where we started. And yeah, superb player on his day.
What did you think to him, Joe? Coming up through the ranks at that young age, the world was watching him, and then he goes and gets that World Cup spot as well, ahead of the likes of Jermaine Defoe and players of that nature. I bet it was a sight to see. Yeah,
it was. He came through a time when we had abundance of players in the England setup, and it was really good to see him play for them. And yeah, on his day, one of the great players of our generation.
Absolutely rapid as well. We all tried to be as quick as it, but not all of us could be. Not all of us could be. Nick, first question to you: are you as quick as Theo Walcott?
Yeah, I'll say yes, and with a big wink. No, I was a center back in my playing days, so I'll let you think about how rapid I was.
More of a Van der Vaart.
Mickey Van der Vaart. Yeah, exactly.
That's fine.
Exactly.
Right. What about you, mate? You're up for the letter T this week. Your letter T for Southampton.
Yeah, so we'll go. We may or may not have planned this beforehand, but we'll go with perhaps a potential successor to rapid, pacey, tricky wingers coming out of Southampton with Tom Fellows. He didn't come through our academy, but current player with us now, young player, England under-21 international, has some development to do, obviously, to get to the level of Theo Walcott. But I think with his potential, the sky's the limit for him. So Tom Fellows.
Yeah, 100%. I think he's a player that the Championship teams have all looked at and thought has been brilliant for the last few seasons. Bit slow journey at Southampton to start, wasn't it, Nick? But I think he's. Do you see him really next season pushing on and making a place and a starting position for himself?
I hope so. I think he has clear things to work on. His finishing, first and foremost, for me, I think kind of needs a good amount of work. But when he's on, he can take any fullback on. His crossing is really good. Can play with both feet, cut inside, and go to the byline. He's got all the tools. I think someone just needs to find a way to help him put it together.
Yeah, for sure. Right, now it's time for Tweet of the Week. And Tweet of the Week is an interesting one. I'm sure if unless you've been living under a rock, I'm sure everyone's heard that there is going to be playoff changes next season. It's going to expand to 8, and that is what the tweet refers to. I want to get your take on it. Alex, I'm going to throw it to you first, mate. Do you think expanding the playoff system to 8 teams is a good thing for firstly the league and also for Southampton?
Yes, it's a move driven by money. At the end of the day, clubs will want to be going to the Premier League. They'll want more spots, so that's why they want it. By no means should you finishing in 8th place mean that you could potentially get to the Premier League. That is ridiculous. The National League currently have a similar kind of style thing where there's eliminators. I don't think it works there very well because they only have one team that goes up automatically. So you can get like the first team and the 7th place team go up, which is, it doesn't work as much. I don't mind it as much in the Championship where there's 2 teams that do go up automatically because you kind of continue to, it's effectively the same thing. There's just a couple of rounds to get to the playoff semis. So I don't think it's as bad as some people are making out, but the playoffs, there's many things that need changing in football, and the playoffs were definitely not one of them.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Elliot, what about yourself, mate? Do you think? I mean, you can see why all the teams voted it in because again, it's like Alex said, it's another chance to get to the Premier League, isn't it? But do you think it questions the merit of the league finishing in 8th and still possibly get into the Premier League?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a bit annoyed about what Alex said actually because he's just basically taken the words out of my mouth. I think it's. I think it is purely driven by greed because let's be honest, it's not because of sporting integrity or merit, as you said. And to build on what Alex said, that the year that Wrexham got promoted from the National League, I think they finished over 100 points. Notts County also finished over 100 points, but they still had to play in the playoffs. Fortunately, they still went up, but the fact that 2 teams finished over 100 points, but one of them didn't go up automatically is a disgrace. So I think, as Alex rightly said, there are many things in football that need fixing, and the number of spots in the Championship playoffs is not one of them. They should really be looking further down the pyramid than in the Championship, in my opinion.
Definitely. Nick, I want to get your take on it, mate, because obviously you watch plenty of American football as well, and when I say American football, I mean soccer over there, but I mean football.
Yeah.
Obviously they've got a different playoff system over there compared to England already, and like there is a big sort of gap that possibly can still get further in the league. What's your thoughts on it?
Yeah, it's a tough one because I do think that, I mean, obviously I grew up in America. I come from that background, and playoff games are very, very fun. It's a winner takes all, 90 minutes, whatever happened the rest of the season. Like it's very intense and it's a great viewing experience. But on the flip side, like the other two have been saying, you can get the 8th place team who kind of sleepwalks through the season and gets hot at the right time and goes to the Premier League, and that's not exactly great for competitive integrity. I think I mentioned this on Twitter, and I'll say it again. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I think the playoffs currently is one of the most exciting things in English football, if not world football. And I wouldn't tweak that for anything. It is going to make the battle for 3rd and 4th a lot more exciting because those 2 places become instantly way more valuable than they are now with the kind of the first round bye in the playoffs. Kind of similar to American football in the National Football League. The top seed earns a bye in the playoffs. But no, I mean, I wouldn't change it. I could talk for hours about how we need to avoid the Americanization of the EFL and world sports in general. I won't do that. But I wouldn't change for something that works really well.
Good
I
point.
need to introduce a system where every team plays each other twice.
Yeah. It's a good point though, Nick. On the 3rd and 4th positions, they suddenly become more attractive, don't they? And they suddenly is a fight there. Yeah, definitely. I apologise for my American accent. That was 3rd and 4th.
You're good. I won't do a British one, but
yeah, accents are not my forte. Joe, I'm not gonna leave you out, mate. What's your thoughts on it? I can see you sort of nodding your head to these boys. You're in agreement.
Yeah, I mean, my short answer to your previous questions are no and. Well, absolutely not no, and no for the second question. I think it's an absolute disgrace, to be honest. I mean, if for some reason the team in 8th get promoted to the Premier League, they're going to have an even worse record points total than Derby. Like, it's just going to be an absolute shambles. As Nick said, if it's not broken, don't fix it. There's no need to fix it. I think there are bigger issues further down the pyramid, like the National League, that need fixing first, rather than looking at the Championship. In all honesty,
can I quickly say before you wrap, Luke, as well? You mentioned the clubs voted in. The clubs would vote in if you did a playoff system 1 to 24. Like the clubs would vote to expand the playoffs as much as they can. Of course they will, because they want to go to the Premier League. The more expanded the playoffs are, the more chance they have to go to the Premier League. So I don't know. I think there needs to be some limitation on what the clubs want for these leagues, because they have incentives and fans may have different incentives.
Yeah, very good point. Very good point. Lovely. Good chat, guys, and look forward to seeing who Saints get in the next round of the FA Cup. Thank you, everybody, for watching at home. Please like and subscribe. Please get involved in the comments below, talking all things Southampton.